My name is Maria Smith and I live in the Rouge. I've lived here most of my life. I went to public school here and then I went to high school, moved out of the area when I got married and moved back to the area not very soon thereafter. We love the area. My kids grew up here. It's a quiet neighborhood. It's a close neighborhood.
Hi, my name is Dennis Smith. I've lived here the better part of 50 years. And basically where my wife goes, I go. And the Rouge is a good area to live in. We really enjoy it.
Canada is a great country to live in. I think one just has to turn on the radio and listen to the international news to hear what's going on in countries around us. It just your heart goes out to them. We don't have that here. We feel safe. We feel comfort. It's just a great place to live.
Unity in our community, I think it's basically the feeling of belonging, like a family. You're a part of a whole. People that respect one another. They work together for common goals, whether it be having a playground put in for the kids, or whether it's meeting to have fun down at the community center, or whether it's even complaining about the infrastructure, the holes in the road, or flooding down the street. Community is when the people get together and you feel like you're part of a family. I think that's what community is.
I think a neighbor coming to you and saying, "Hey, Dennis, I'm going away for a week. Will you keep an eye on the house for me?" That's the type of area that this is. And, there's just getting along. That's what community is. I know Gary because I work for Gary as a law clerk at his office. Met Gary about 7 or 8 years ago when he moved into our building. I worked for another lawyer for 32 years. He retired. And Gary took over his law practice, and I went along with all the furnishings. So that's how I know Gary. I still work for him, and he's a great guy to work for.
Okay, I know Gary via the wife. When she got involved in some of Gary's community activities, like working with the Children's Aid, I ended up pitching in, working whatever along with her. I also got to go know Gary because at Christmas time and in the summer, he looks after his staff. He has parties, barbecues, and you get to know him that way.
Almost right from the beginning, you could see that, Gary's characteristics were, he's a generous person. He attracts people in the sense that he's very caring. If he can help, he will help. I mean, you don't even have to ask him. He's done so much work in the community. As earlier we said, the helping during the Christmas season with Children's Aid. He would hold functions. He would provide a meal and gifts for the holiday season for them. He did so much work for teens at risk. He whether he just gave them support by being there and talking to them, or counseling them, just to be better citizens. And I see that we have a lot of students come into the office, and they're all the product of Gary's guidance. It's tremendous. He just spends so much time doing for the community. He pro bono work as far as him being a lawyer. So many hours that go into him helping someone.
And what's nice to see as well, I'm sorry for interrupting, is that some of these people come back. And I've met some of these students or people he worked with. They're not students anymore. One's a lawyer, another one's a banker. It's nice to see that they turn out to be successful citizens. And this is all due to Gary. Kids that were going down the wrong road, he steered them in the right direction, and now they're prosperous, productive citizens, and I think that's really important.
If they come to the office, I don't know who these people are at first, and then they say, "Oh yeah, Gary really helped me out when I was in trouble doing this or that, and I owe him a lot." And this is the type of thing you hear about Gary. So I have no doubt that,
He's also big in civil rights, because he's quite often over in Geneva working on human rights issues, not just here in Canada, but also on a national or international basis. I can recall when there was a protest downtown, some people got arrested. There's Gary making sure they get legal counsel free. He's just out to help people. And I think
these are people that were just there to express their feelings. They weren't doing anything illegal, and they got into
blocked the Gardner Expressway.
Well, that's okay, but I mean, he was there. He was there to help them, and he's just a tremendous person.
We support Gary because he is such a caring, generous person. He's focused. He's there for you. He listens to people. He's understanding. He's never too busy to turn away. And I think once he's focused on something, he's willing to follow it through. He wants to listen to you, and he's going to act in your best interest. I think that's really important. Very understanding man, a generous man, and he's always makes himself available to people.
He puts in so many hours. I don't know where the man gets the energy, and it's always doing something for someone else. I just know that, if he's nominated and he's elected, I have every confidence that this will be a better community. I know that he's going to look out for me. He doesn't, look at class or wealth, or what is it that I'm trying to say, Dennis?
Your background.
Your background. You're an individual. You need help. He's there, and he's going to exhaust himself to do that.
And I think he would represent everybody, those that are for the Liberals and those that aren't for the Liberals. And I think, he's a very honest person. Now, I don't know whether that's a handicap or a liability being a politician, but he is very honest. And I think that's what he brings, this warmth of community and honesty and hard work. He'd be a really great person for this riding.